So Rupert Murdoch has a controversial tweet out, but for you to understand it, first we have to go back a little further to Britain's chief rabbi, Jonathan Sacks, and what he said. Nowadays, talk about multiculturalism, religion, and it's a little bit controversial here. He says, multiculturalism has had its day, and it's time to move on. Now, I find this rather ironic for a chief rabbi to be saying in Europe. You would think that you would celebrate multiculturalism. You have a slightly different culture than the mainstream culture. And when the mainstream culture of a European country has tried to, not celebrate multiculturalism, it has not wound up well. So I can see other people pushing that. For the chief rabbi in London to push that, it seems a little strange. Now, of course, he's largely referring to Muslims. And to back that up, Rupert Murdoch sends this tweet. He says, "Good for UK Chief Rabbi Sacks. Let's put multiculturalism behind us." I can't believe they're saying this. Anyway, societies have to integrate. Muslims find it hardest. Now, speaking of things that are unbelievable, I don't fully disagree with that. I actually think that the Muslims are finding it hardest to integrate. There's the issue of clothing, and of course that also happens with Orthodox Jews sometimes, and many different cultures, etc. And I am in favor of integration. Now, I'm secular, so I'm not very religious, so it's easier for me to integrate into a secular country, whether it's the UK, the US, Australia, whatever it might be. So I'm not hating on Rupert Murdoch. I understand what he's saying about Muslims. I'm just saying I'd be a little bit more careful in how I say things, because once you say, oh, no, multiculturalism is basically dead and in our past, then people can simply turn around and go, so well then why are you practicing your own religion? Why don't you get beyond it? You're not in the mainstream. Just integrate already. The UK is largely Christian. What are you still doing out there with your crazy culture, Judaism and all that nonsense? Let alone the Orthodox and with your funny outfits. Why don't you just integrate already? I think that there's a way to say it where you say, hey, listen, of course we're going to have different cultures. Of course we're going to celebrate them. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. But overall, we also need to have a shared culture. And if we could all participate in that, it would be better. So for example, here in the US, when I see some Muslims say, oh, I won't check out bacon if I work at the Target or at a local superstore because I'm not allowed to touch bacon, I think, well, terrific, then go take another job. Okay, in that job, you've got to touch bacon, ham, that stuff all the time. It's part of your job. See, that's where you have to integrate. But it doesn't mean that you should turn around and then yell at Muslims or Jews or anyone else, take that stuff off, you're not allowed, you shouldn't wear that, integrate already. Now, personally, I think all the outfits are funny, and I like to make fun of them. But that's because I'm agnostic, and I'm a bit of a jerk, okay? But to say that they can't have them or should get past them is a whole different thing. And remember, Murdoch runs a giant media empire. So he's not just speaking off the cuff, he influences policy, unfortunately, way too much. And especially, I'm more bothered by what Jonathan Sacks said than by what Murdoch said. If you're the chief rabbi, you might want to protect your own culture. Just a word to the wise.